Hello, everybody, and welcome to Expeditious Fool Tarot. My name's Brandon. We'll get right into the Lightworkers card pool for the day. We've got the Ten of Wands today. This card definitely makes sense with yesterday. Yesterday we had the Five of Wands, and I used the Murder of Crows deck. Fairly dark. We got into talking about shadow work, integration of the shadow, things like that, and this definitely goes with that. Not just shadow work, some people don't like that term, and that's completely fine as well. So not just shadow work necessarily, but also just development, working on ourselves, coming to new realizations, new guilts, things like that we might develop, as our awareness raises. We also are aware of our behavior more, right? So we might be aware that we gossip more than before when we just gossiped and didn't realize, or we might be aware of unhealthy eating habits or other things that, you kind of just get awakened to, right? And this is where the dark night of soul kicks in for a lot of people, that existentialist dread, because once you get awakened to a lot of the behaviors that you were doing and you were a part of the process, especially during shadow work. This is the next step after shadow work, where you're carrying around that awareness, carrying around, oh, that was this, that was that. You're still attaching and battling this, though, because this wants you to think, oh, it's bad. That way you still need me. That way I can still help you, right? It's not bad. None of those actions you've done are bad. There is no good and bad. All it means is your feelings about those are weighing you down. They're slowing you down. They're wearing you out. They're making you more tired. All of those emotions about that. So, I'm feeling guilty because I used to gossip about people. We'll use that one because that's what I said earlier. So I'm feeling guilty because I used to gossip all the time about people. And I noticed that I gossiped yesterday, but I thought I was aware, right? That's okay. Drop the guilt. It's cyclical. Everything is cyclical. We go around. So you don't need to carry all these burdens. And this is what a lot of people experience when they go through a psychedelic experience. A psychedelic experience awakens and fires all parts of the brain at the same time. It changes your perception. It allows you to realize that there's so much more to the world than what we see, right? So a lot of people after the psychedelic experience, which, more studies prove that it has lasting effects on depression, anxiety, etc. Because what it does is it allows you to drop a lot of these things and never pick them up, because you're like, well, I see now that it's pointless for me to pick that up. Like, why would I do that? Why would I pick up that trauma when I just dropped it during the psychedelic experience? That's exactly what a lot of the life-changing results that people report about. It's because once you let go of those burdens, then it's your choice. You got to take effort to pick them back up. So then it's easier to continue on once they're dropped and once they're let go. And this goes with traumas, guilt, anything along those lines, fears. They're all things that are adding weight to you, and it's ways of you getting in your own way, right? So with this, as you can see also, all of those burdens he's kind of pushing, and they're in front of him, right? They're holding him back. They're making him go at a slower pace. Will he still get there? Absolutely. Like said Guru says, no matter how someone lives, they will find realization. No matter what. No matter what judgments we want to pass on somebody because they're not on a spiritual path or they're 3D or anything, they're still on the path to realization. They might have a longer timeline. That's all right. And that's the choice that you're faced with this card is, if you want this castle way over here, you can get there. And this guy will get there eventually. He'll just have to keep pushing and dragging and struggling the entire walk. Or you can put these sticks down and walk there a whole lot easier. These sticks, think of them as emotional baggage, trauma baggage, etc. Now, sometimes we can drop them just by realizing they're there and, being that quiet observer, which meditation helps with. And then, okay, that's there. It can pass, right? Other times, stored body trauma, you might need yoga, you might need breath work to actually work it out of the nervous system. That's another thing a lot of people don't understand is our traumas don't store up here. They don't store in the brain. Why would they? This is functional. When we have trauma, but we forgot about it, or, they say you dissociated. Yeah, you have it. It's just somewhere in your nervous system. That's where you get energy blockages, resistance, body pains, etc. Highly sensitive folks, fibromyalgia, I had that most of my life. I guess technically the doctors would still say I have it, but due to my practices, I don't feel any pain anymore. And from having that from childhood where like my entire body has felt pain my whole life to now it doesn't, I'm walking proof that a lot of those traumas, those storages, and for highly sensitive people, it can be traumas that we see other people going through struggles when we're little, and we'll hang on to that. For those of us that had a good childhood, had good parents, etc., we still, it doesn't mean that you don't have things in there, especially as highly sensitives, because we take so much into our nervous system and it stores there, right? So I hope everybody takes this. I'm going to say, as a real quick summary of this, put everything down and get out of your own way. That's how I'll sum it up. I'll probably make that as the subtitle, get out of your own way, today, because that's definitely what this is all about. And yes, of course, this is one of those things, easier said than done. I know the struggle, y'all. But thank y'all for tuning in. If anybody's looking for a reading, I do have some available today. I also got the rest of the week pretty much open as of right now, so hurry up, get a hold of me, and we'll schedule you out a time throughout the week. I'll make it convenient for you. I do worldwide and work on all time zones, and I work 7 days a week. That way I can be of the best service. So thank y'all very, very much for tuning in. Like always, y'all go out there and have a great day on purpose.